Skitter Bot. So the Skitter Bot, you can find online, YouTube, just look up Skitter Bot. They also call them jitterbots, and basically all they are is motors that are off weight. So the weight is sticking off one side, just like your cell phone motor has a little weight on it, goes that makes it vibrate. This also has a little off weight. I use actually hot glue sticks. So I cut the hot glue stick so it's a little longer on one side and short on the other side, just enough to stick on the motor, so when it spins it's off weight. So the motor's constantly trying to go in a different direction. So here, I give them CD cases, I can even give them CDs, anything, cardboard, doesn't really matter, for the body. So you just have your base body here. And if you notice, I put paper clips on here. Now the paper clips, all I did to make it so it would stand on the paper clip is I take a jumbo paper clip, definitely the best to have the big one. I just take the smaller inside part and I bend that up at a 90-degree angle. Then I take the larger curved part and I bend that down to a 90-degree angle. And I'm not sure if you can see it, but it just looks like this. Here's the top part. This is the part, the reason why I leave this little hook here is because I tape that to there and it needs more stability to hold on. Then this part is going to be riding on the table, so that can be small, just like a little bug leg. So I actually put 6 on so it looks like a bug. So it's a Skitter Bot or Skitter Bug. Now, depending on which side you're on would depend on which way you bend it. Since I'm on this side, actually I bend it the wrong way. So I take it this way and just bend it back the other way. Now I'm on the other side of the Skitter Bot. And I take my tape and I set the tape down. And you can see I just have 6 paper clips that are taped on there. Now these paper clips work pretty well because I can hold them and bend them, so I can actually adjust the angle of the paper clip, and I can get my bug to go different directions. I can go forward, backwards, spin around in circles because I can adjust height and all that. For right now I'm trying to keep them all about the same level. Now I want to hook up my motor. Like I said, I have I have a little bit of a weight on there, which is my hot glue gun, and I'm going to tape my motor to the edge of it. Now, the pointing back for me, that's going to be the rear of the bug. So this is the front of the bug, so I tape my motor to the front of the bug. Now, in camp, you're probably going to hot glue it. You're going to have hot glue, and they're going to want to decorate it and put all kinds of cool stuff on it. That's fine, and they can hot glue it. Have a hot glue station ready, which has paper down so you don't get hot glue all over tables and stuff. Also have a young teacher assistant or you manning the hot glue station, at least nearby. If you have older campers and they can hot glue, let them. Younger campers, make sure you help them hot glue. So here, I'm just going to tape it down. So we'll just tape it down the best we can. Now what I want to point out here is that the motor is hanging over the edge. Of course, we don't want this to be beating against the side here. So have it sticking out over the edge. Make sure it clears when you put it on there. A lot of campers will hot glue it and it'll rub against there and it won't work. Sometimes it'll just go okay and then stop. It needs to actually spin freely in order to make this work. So that is how I put that on there. Next up, I need the battery pack. Now you have battery packs. The battery packs actually have their own lever. So the lever right here goes, down, and here doesn't really matter which way the motor spins. These fall off the motor all the time. So once you get them wrapped up and wrapped up well, you could spot hot glue these so they don't come apart. You could spot tape them. The only problem with that is if it does loosen up within the hot glue or it loosens up within the tape, then you have to take it all apart and try again. So just make sure you get it connected properly. Now also too, I'm going to tape, and you can see this adds weight to my bot as well. I want to center the weight so that way it kind of can just go where it needs to go. If I have the weight on one side, it will favor that side and start going that way. So here, I'm going to move the wires out of the way and just tape my batteries down. Now the students will get to take this home, so make sure they understand that batteries can be dangerous, that it can melt the wire if left on, and also that not to let the wires short circuit. So it is a good idea to tape the wires once you have them together. That way the wires can't touch each other and you won't have a short circuit. So I just tell them the red is positive and the black or the darker color is negative. The battery's connected to the motor. Now before you connect everything too, you probably should test it. I did test it. It's a good idea to just do it once to see if the motor kicks, just to make sure the batteries are okay, so you don't connect the whole thing to something that doesn't have batteries. Now also too, you won't have to take the batteries in if you hot glue it. If you hot glue this battery pack to your plastic case, that won't come off. Usually it'll break the case before it actually comes off. So then that way the batteries can come in and out and they can change the batteries when they need to. So here we go, let's see if it works. You can do competitions where you have the Skitter Bot or Skitter Bots in a big circle, either a tape circle or a cutout cardboard circle, or you have something like an area where they will see if they can stay in the same spot. So they're basically pushing each other out like sumo wrestlers, where they're bumping each other outside of the circle. Some people play where they bend these all down and they go forward and try and knock people out. Other people play where they try and spin these people out. Other people try and stay as stationary as possible, hoping to not get bumped out. So it's fun, it's entertaining, and you can even do smaller circles and have just single competitions, do like a tournament and have two in there and they bump whoever lasts the longest inside the circle. And you can do rules like if you touch the edge of the circle, you're out, because sometimes the competitions will last a long time. You can give it a time, 3 minutes, and if you both stay in, you both win, however you want to run your tournament. So the main point is, the Skitter Bot, really cool, kids love it, they get to take it home. And this could be a couple day build too, especially if you add a design element where they have to add something that makes it look like some sort of creature. So there it is, Skitter Bot.